All right, I think I'm live. So, hey there, Facebook. It's been a little bit. If you're tuning in, catching the replay, welcome. Go ahead and type in hashtag replay so I know that you were here. And for those of you who are new to my virtual world, welcome, welcome. My name is Cassandra Austin McDonald. I am a personal growth strategist and self love and mindset coach. And I work with ambitious, heart centered, and empathic women, helping them to create the relationships, lifestyle, and life they love. And I want to have a chat with y'all. I want to have a chat with y'all today. So, Facebook is telling me that it is still getting this live stream started. So, I want to make sure that we are good to go before I get to talking. I don't want to start dropping nuggets on y'all, and Facebook is still loading up this live stream. So, give me a moment. I'm just going to hop on over to my phone here and check in and make sure that we are good to go. All right, I think I'm live. It's still loading up this live stream. All right, well, there we go. I'm just going to consider this good to go. So if you're tuning in live, go ahead and drop in the comment section that you're here live. Say hi. Don't be a stranger. Let me know who you are, where you're watching from, so that I can go ahead and welcome you. So I want to have a chat with y'all, as you probably noticed in the title of this broadcast, that I'm going to talk about you can't transform what you're tolerating. Okay. A lot of the work that I do with fellow ambitious, heart-centered, big-hearted, empathic women is helping them to transform the relationship they have with themselves, others, and their lives, and how they show up in their lives. And what I have noticed time and time again is this common theme of the desire to experience growth and transformation in these different areas of their lives, but the disconnect, what's pausing the transformation, what's stopping the transformation, is what they're tolerating. And in fact, it made me think about a conversation I was having with my own support yesterday, the people that I hold myself accountable to, my therapist, a coach, and things like that. And the conversation I've been having lately is about how I was able to create the reality that I am now living in, the quality relationships that I have, not just the relationship I have with the mister, but my friendships and other relationships, and the lifestyle that I have, and having a consistent sacred self-love practice, being able to pour into myself first and foremost before I go dare pour into other people. And just living a life that I love, that includes rest and play as a normal, not something that's reserved for burnout or overwhelm. And what I have noticed is that the reason I was able to create that is because I stopped tolerating what was normal for me back then. Okay? I stopped tolerating, initially, was toxic, dysfunctional relationships. And then I transitioned and ascended to mediocre relationships, and I was like, that's still not good enough. I was like, I don't want no mediocre relationship. How many of y'all can relate to that? You're like, I don't want no mediocre relationship. And then it evolved into, I want something amazing. I want something that's epic. I want something that's deeply connected and genuine and authentic, while being my best self, while being supported, while still having my ambitions and chasing my dreams and taking care of myself, mind, body, spirit. I wanted it all without my life falling apart. Can any of y'all relate to that? Can any of y'all relate to that? And so what I first had to make a decision on was that I had to stop tolerating what I did not want. So what I'm noticing is a lot of women that I have conversations with, whether if they're in my community. For those of you who don't know, I have a free Facebook group called Self Love for Empathic Souls, and we have conversations inside of there from time to time. But I also have my coaching clients and my students and things like that. And one thing I notice is 99.9% of them talk about how self-aware they are. They talk about how self-aware they are, and they say, I'm so self-aware, and I know what I do and why I do it. But I want to drop this nugget for you guys. Self-awareness alone does not produce what you want. Self-awareness alone does not produce what you want. It's good to be self-aware. It's good to know what you need to work on or what you want. It's good to be even aware of your own limitations, but that is not enough. That's like the base level. Yes, we need self-awareness, but that alone is not going to give you what you want. And so what you have to do is you got to push to the next phase. You got to push to the next phase. And the next phase is changing the narrative, changing the stories that you tell yourself. And so another thing that I have been finding is that the stories you tell yourself is what's keeping you stuck. So you're not experiencing the relationships, the lifestyle, and the life that you desire, that you would love, because there is a story that you have been repeating to yourself. What do I mean by that? So oftentimes we have either a personal experience or we have observed something that has caused us to develop a narrative, a thought, a belief. And I call them stories. In the psychology world, they call them the tapes that you play in your mind. It all means the same thing at the end of the day. It's whatever repetitious thought that you have inside of your mind about the thing, okay? The circumstance, the desire, the dream, the goal, whatever it is. You keep telling yourself the same story. Now, I don't know what that story is for you. Maybe the story is it's too late, I'm too old, it's never going to happen. Or maybe the story for you is you've been married and divorced, and because of that, you've developed a story that the amazing, epic love life you desire is not in existence for you because you already experienced a failed relationship, and you're telling yourself this story that I have experienced. I know what's out there, and it ain't out there because of an experience you've had. And so you're using one experience to discount all the possibilities that are available to you. Or maybe you have a story. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Val. I'm looking on my phone to see who's tuning in because I can't see on my laptop. So if you're tuning in live, let me know. Hold on one moment, y'all. I'm just making sure that we are good to go here. Hey, Maguette. Okay, good deal. How are you, cousin? So another story that I hear women say is that they either get stuck and settled, that this is the best they can get, so they tolerate that. Another story that I have heard ambitious, heart-centered women say is that their ambitions are not going to be well received, and that they are going to have to sacrifice their dreams or their careers or what they've already achieved for a relationship. And because that's not a possibility for them, and they don't want to give that up, I wouldn't want to give that up either. They have discounted the possibility that they could meet a partner who would support them. So those are just a few examples, but there's stories that people keep telling themselves that are keeping you stuck. They're keeping you stuck, and it keeps you in this perpetual cycle of tolerating what you do not want. And the last one is, and this may hurt some of y'all. This may be a truth bomb. Y'all, I'm trying to make sure this stuff is working here. I'm like, Lord, what is going on with my dang on internet today? The last one is that your inaction is a decision. So I have seen a lot of ambitious, heart-centered women allow the toleration, allow the stories they tell themselves to keep them stuck to the point where they don't take any action. And what happens is they also don't face the reality that's still making a decision. Okay, you're still making a decision. And as a result of you still making that decision, you're still not going to get what you want. You're still not going to get what you want. And so if you truly, deeply desire this amazing relationship that is healthy, loving, thriving, and reciprocal, and you desire a lifestyle where you're not burned out, overwhelmed, and exhausted, and you just want a life that you love, right? It starts with you to stop tolerating what isn't that. Stop tolerating anything that doesn't look like that. And give yourself permission to want what you want and do what you have to do to go create it. I know it sounds super simple. I know you got the stories going in your head like, okay, that sounds all good and dandy. So what do I need to do now? How do I do that? Well, there's many ways you can go about it, right? You go read a book. You go to YouTube University. That's what everybody does these days. I hop on YouTube and Google and search, how do I do this? How do I do that? Or you can get some up-leveled support where you can have customized support, accountability, a step-by-step framework and process, tried and true that works, and not have to try to figure it out your own way or on your own, and allow someone, a trained professional such as myself, to guide you through a process that can help you step out of this toleration mode, step out of this indecision, step out of being stuck and stagnant in what you do not want, and into the realm of transformation and creation of what it is that you do want. But it's going to start with you making a decision. It's going to start with you getting out of your own way and you deciding that you are worth the time, the resources, and the investment to create what it is that you want. So, y'all, I can't even tell if this thing is working now because it's like pausing on my end. So if it is, all you have to do is private message me and I can share more with you about how one of my programs can support you. And we can go ahead and connect and see how to get you started. But in the meantime, make sure you share this broadcast with someone. You never know who needs to hear this information. Do something today that your future self will thank you for.